Going on YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. Thank you all so much for joining me for this being my review for Married to Medicine Season 12, Episode 7. So, the ladies are a little separated. We have Dr. Heavenly, I believe it was possibly Dr. Mimi or Brandy, along with Quad, and and one of the other ladies. They're meeting up to discuss the happenings of the previous episode. Then we have Toya, Dr. Contessa, Dr. Simone. They're meeting up at a bar to talk about the happenings of the previous episode. And so, Quad's coming in and Dr. Heavenly's like, oh, there's a little baby in the tummy. And Quad's like, no, not yet. And so Quad's not telling the ladies just yet that her most recent attempt of, getting a viable egg did not work. And so we'll see what happens when Quad reveals that to the ladies. I'm sure it's going to be filled with a lot of tears and a lot of emotions and things of that nature. That's just who Quad is. But anyways, you guys, so the main thing that I picked up from this scene is the fact that Angel is with Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Mimi, and Quad. And so she tells the ladies that Toya, went up to her, I don't know if it was her significant other, but her guest to Dr. Heavenly's family reunion, who she's clearly pursuing some type of dating situation with. When Toya was asking him the questions about their status, the male, I can't remember what his name is right now, but the man that Angel brought, he was saying that they've been, sort of kind of talking for about 10 years. And then Toya, as I said on the previous review, was telling Angel, well, I thought I was supposed to be hooking you up. Like, what's going on? And that was clearly so out of line for Toya to do. And so when Angel revealed that to the ladies, Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Mimi, and Quad, they were all shocked. They could not believe that Toya had done that. And then when Toya is telling Dr. Contessa and, Dr. Simone and all of them what happened, they're all shocked and cannot believe that she said that either. And then Toya's response to their reaction was, well, I was supposed to be hooking her up with somebody in my family, so she's going against my family. It's like, Toya, there's no excuse for you doing what you did to Angel in that moment. It's not going to fly. Not going to fly whatsoever. We're not here for it at all. So, there's that. There's that. So then we get to Dr. Heavenly inviting all the girls to the launch of her campaign for state representative. So she invites all the girls out. And so the launch is happening in sort of kind of like a parking lot of sorts. And of course, Quad has been named as Dr. Heavenly's campaign manager. Maybe she's the best woman for the job. Who knows? I'm not sure. But anyway, so all the ladies are there with the exception of Dr. Simone. Dr. Simone got held up in traffic. And so while Dr. Heavenly is doing her speech, she starts thanking everyone for their support of her candidacy and the support of all the women with the exception of one. Now, I'm 100% sure she was talking about Toya. And all the while, Dr. Heavenly is making the speech, Toya is in the audience throwing shade like, this is all they got, this is all they doing for this launch. And then she said that Dr. Heavenly needed to do some more research. I'm not exactly sure what she meant by that, but anyways, apparently, Brandy was sitting near Toya or next to Toya. I didn't hear Brandy saying anything necessarily negative towards Dr. Heavenly. She didn't say or you right, girl. Like, she wasn't necessarily agreeing. But anyway, so Dr. Mimi was talking to Brandy, and Dr. Mimi was warning Brandy about associating herself with Toya because I think Dr. Mimi understands and sees as a psychologist, that Toya is poking the bear, continuously poking the bear being Dr. Heavenly. And that's no shade to Dr. Heavenly. I'm just using the phrase, you don't poke the bear. And so Brandy gets a little bit defensive and she's like, I don't need you to tell me anything. You don't need to be warning me about anything. Like, what is your point here? But I don't know why Brandy took it there. I think Brandy should have taken it as very, very extremely sound advice, because if you go down on the ship with Toya, Toya is not going to give you a life vest. Toya is not going to save you if you get caught up in the melee. Toya is not going to come to your defense if some arrows come your way, girl. And so I think Mimi was really, really trying to help Brandy out. Like, yes, this is Mimi's first season actually being a main cast member on the show. However, I think she has a great understanding of how these females operate on this show, and understanding that, no matter what side you think is right, it's more than likely better to be on Dr. Heavenly's side because, to be honest, I really don't think the other ladies necessarily care for Toya. I don't think Toya really has any friends on this cast necessarily. Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone are good friends. Dr. Heavenly is very close with Quad, and it seems like Dr. Mimi is pretty close with Brandy and Angel. It seems like, and I think that's the reason why Dr. Mimi was trying to warn Brandy about associating herself with Toya. But Brandy took that as I guess she felt as though Mimi was trying to facilitate what she does, trying to, kind of parent what she was doing or trying to speak to her as though she were a little child. I'm not sure exactly why Brandy took it the way that she did, but I felt like Dr. Bibi was really trying to help her out in that instance. And then we get another scene of Dr. Simone visiting Dr. Jackie at her office. Dr. Simone says she's done with delivering babies. She's not doing that no more. She's going more into the GYN side of being an OBGYN. And so I can respect that. And then also Dr. Simone says that she's in her latter years looking forward to focusing more on herself, and not necessarily the people that are in her house. And Dr. Jackie tells her, girl, you're headed for divorce, and that's not a good thing. And, you know, as I've said in my previous reviews, I'm not necessarily and that much. I don't necessarily care that much about Dr. Simone wanting to get a divorce from Cecil because we heard this a couple of seasons ago when Cecil had this female friend who he moved into their house and was doing certain things for her, and Dr. Simone saw that as disrespect to her as a wife, and I completely understood that. And but my thing is the way that Dr. Simone has been with her family, with her kids, with her husband. It seems like she lets a lot of things slide until she gets to a point to where she gets fed up. But when she gets fed up, there's then no action from there on. She doesn't take action to, make boundaries. And, Dr. Simone seems not to have any boundaries. And that's the reason why that's the reason why Cecil and her sons are just walking all over her all of the time because she allows it to happen. And so unless I see Dr. Simone actually file actual papers for divorce, I'm not being sold on this whole divorce storyline at all with Dr. Simone. That's just my opinion on the whole thing. And the last thing that I wanted to address was Angel's launch for her scrubs line. She's created a line of scrubs that are more flattering to the female and male body. And I think this is an awesome, awesome, awesome business idea because, a lot of times nurses and I don't think doctors wear scrubs, but a lot of times nurses don't have as many options when it comes to the scrubs that they have to wear. And so I think this is an awesome opportunity for Angel to make some more money. And of course, Angel is a registered nurse herself, and so she definitely knows the way it is that trying to find scrubs that accentuate the body. Not to say that you're trying to look for a man while you're at work, but scrubs that'll make you look more, feel more comfortable. She said a lot of times there are no scrubs with any stretch in it and things of that nature. So I love this, and so all of the ladies come to this launch. And there is this whole blow up. Angel does her thing and she introduces her line. Of course, the ladies are thinking that Angel is going to come in her scrubs. And then Quad comes in scrubs as well. I thought that was interesting. But anyways, so Quad confronts Dr. Simone about the fact that Dr. Simone told Heavenly that she would look for the VIN number on Quad's Bentley to see who actually owns the car. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it was King that brought the car for Quad. I think it was 2 seasons ago. So if anything, more than likely, I'm thinking that the car is in King's name, but I don't know. Whatever. Quad was upset about the fact that Dr. Simone wanted to look up, who actually owns the things that Quad allegedly owns. And this has been spoken about before, even in the first scene at the bar with Toya, Dr. Simone, and Dr. Contessa. Dr. Contessa, said, "Oh, well, girl, you be looking up things and mortgages and information about the things that people own in this cast." And she went to go give Dr. Simone a high five, and Dr. Simone acquiesced to her high five. So Dr. Simone knows that this is an issue as far as it pertains to her, and so. Dr. Simone gets upset. She starts yelling per usual. And then, of course, Dr. Simone is upset with Heavenly because Heavenly's the one that Dr. Simone told this to. And my thing is, if you know who Dr. Heavenly is, Dr. Heavenly has been here since season 2. You know exactly that, Dr. Heavenly is somewhat of a bone carrier in this group. And so, and especially with the fact that Dr. Heavenly and Quad are butt buddies. Like, they are so close. They're probably maybe even closer than Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone. Well, probably not, but Dr. Heavenly and Quad are very close. And so, Dr. Heavenly is going to tell her homegirl what you said about her. So, when, I think one of the ladies was trying to take a picture with Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Simone, and Dr. Simone was, taking Dr. Heavenly's hand off of her. And she's like, I don't want to take a picture with you. Like, Dr. Simone, like, you said it. Like, I don't know why you're so upset right now. This is crazy to me. And then also, Angel sort of kind of confronted Toya about what she did at Dr. Heavenly's family reunion event. But then Angel goes on to say, I don't want to discuss it now. And Toya's like, well, if you don't want to discuss it, then why did you bring it up in the first place? Like, that was kind of weird to me, Angel, even though I'm rooting for Angel. I know that she was previously on Basketball Wives. But, you should know that if you're going to bring up an issue, the issue is going to be expected to be discussed in that very moment. And if it's not going to be discussed, then what's the point of bringing it up? So I completely understand that. But I thought this was a great episode. Tell me, guys, what you guys think about the episode down in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out on my channel. Also, be sure to press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody know JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets. Be sure to join me every Thursday night at 8 p.m. for my live Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. I go live with my sister, Prophetic Fire Reiki, as well as our friend Bianca Edwards. We always have a great time on Thursday nights. Our last last Thursday was amazing. One of my favorites that I've ever done on my channel. So be sure to check me out. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. See you guys on the next one. Peace out.